Welcome back to my channel. I am Ewura-Aba Hartley, and you are watching one of my first lifestyle vlogs. So today I'm going to be making tuna salad, which is one of my favorite things to eat for lunch. Wasn't feeling too well, but I still managed to get out the bed so that I could come and make my food, which is one thing that I really love to do. I love to make food. So today we're going to be making tuna salad. I really wanted some celery, but we didn't have any in the house. So I subbed that out for some green onion because really what I'm looking for is that crunch. And the bottom of the green onion, the part that's still white, it really has a nice crunch on it. So I was like, why not add in the green onion? And then here is all the holy grail of seasonings. I'm going to be using some red pepper, some onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, some sea salt, and of course no other than Hellmann's mayonnaise. Also have some nuts and dry cranberries that I'm going to throw in here. And then here are my tools I'll be using: a cutting board, a can opener, a fork, 2 spoons, one is not pictured here, and then a really sharp knife to do all of my cutting. All right, so let's get into it. I'm going to be making some tuna salad. So I'm using Albacore white tuna. That is the only tuna that I use. My older sister, she has a recipe where she makes tuna from an actual tuna steak. So I really love that too. I made it once for my husband when we were still dating, when we went to the beach, and I absolutely loved it. So the only tuna I use is albacore white tuna. But I'm sure you could adjust this recipe or what you see me doing here using chunk light or whatever it is that you prefer. So I actually got this tuna from Aldi, and which has become one of my favorite places to shop. When I first got married, I shopped all the time at Acme, and I had no idea that I was spending so much money just for two people to eat, like $200-300. When I discovered Aldi's up on near my apartment, I just fell in love with it. And then when I went to Italy with my husband on one of his business trips, there was an Aldi in Italy that I was just like, what in the world? I had never seen an Aldi look like it did in Italy. It was just so beautiful, really fresh ingredients. So that's become my place where I do my main shopping. I'll still go to Acme to get certain things, certain name brands of foods that I like, but generally I shop at Aldi. And later on, you'll see me add more tuna because my dad wanted some, and we had some bumblebee tuna in the house, but it's still that albacore white tuna. So, guys, the entire time I thought that you guys could see me chopping up the rest of my vegetables, and you were going to see absolutely not. Like, you couldn't see nothing. Like, I mean, nothing you could see. So I just wanted to bring the camera over for you to be able to see. Here are my red onions, my green scallions, and then there I have some pecans and walnuts, and then the dried cherries that are all chopped and ready to go. I am just waiting on the eggs to fully boil. And here I just chopped up the tuna just to make sure it's separated all of the chunks out. So here we have just waiting on the eggs to boil over there so nicely. They came out really well. And once the eggs came, while the eggs were still boiling, I just went ahead and added in the extra tuna so that there would be enough to share. Again, I used the albacore white tuna. But yeah, so I just really enjoy cooking. It's very therapeutic to me. I love the different colors, and I really love using fresh ingredients. Make sure you drain those cans, ladies, especially if it's sitting in water. I've done that several times, and you're going to have excess water in your bowl that you're not going to want. The only time that I don't drain it really hard is when it's in oil, because I'm like, okay, the oil and the mayonnaise will mix better. But make sure you do drain as much of that water out as possible, because you don't want no soupy tuna. That's nasty. So yeah, so I'm just adding the tuna in at this point, and then I'm going to again go back through with the fork just to make sure that it looks like this. So everything is pretty much ready to be combined. We have the tuna, the onions, the green onions, more pecans and cherries, added some more, and then 2 boiled eggs chopped to perfection. All right, so now we're going to add in all of our seasonings. I like to start with adding, um, of course, all of the extra, like the onions and the eggs and everything into the bowl first. Get it all combined with the tuna so that when I do add the mayonnaise and the ingredients, everything is kind of getting combined at the same time. Now, I like adding the mayonnaise first because I find that the taste, the seasonings get distributed better when it is like placed directly on top of the mayonnaise because the mayonnaise is going throughout the entire bowl, right? So if we put the seasonings on top of the mayonnaise, it will also distribute that taste evenly around the bowl. So I try to kind of load up all of my seasonings on top of the mayonnaise. So I'm just going in with the typical ingredients, really nothing too crazy here. Just your garlic and your onion powder. You know, we all add paprika to anything. Then some red seeded pepper. I love things that have a little kick to it. I was going to add some jalapenos, but I had just made some nachos the day before with fresh jalapenos on it. And I was like, I might want to slow it down with the heat in my 30s. It hasn't been settling well. So added some salt, and I was so proud of myself because I didn't have to add any more seasonings. Now you will see me add more mayonnaise throughout because what I'm doing is I like to start little and to add more and more as I go because you can always add, but you cannot take away. So mayonnaise is not my favorite ingredient, especially if it's like being lathered on bread. I can't stand it. But I will eat it inside of a salad. And of course, as a base to salad dressing. So I just add it sparingly as I go and then I taste just to make sure that there is enough in there. You also don't want it to be too dry because the second to last time I tasted it, it tastes good, but it kind of wasn't going down as smooth as I wanted it to. And I'm like, okay, you need to add a little bit more mayonnaise here. But at that point, I knew I just needed to add that bit and I would be done. And then I love pepper so much, so you will see me adding more pepper, but I did not have to add any more of my other seasonings and it wasn't salty or anything like that. So proud of myself. Here we are plating. I love a good plate. This is a set of 3 plates that I got from Ross, which you will later see is one of my favorite places in the whole wide world. Um, and this is, I believe it says eat, love, and pray on the bowls. So I'm just going to spoon in some tuna salad. I added some garden Triscuits, and now I cut up half of a huge Honeycrisp apple. This apple was gigantic. There were some organic apples on sale at Aldi. I got 4 of them, y'all, and it cost me almost $8. But yeah, I'm that person that will do that. If I see something I like, I'm gonna get it. But yes, I love how this turns out. Now for the PA stay resistance. Thank you, Miss Archie, for that word, my high school English teacher. But y'all, this came out so great. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and come back for more content. I got more coming for you this weekend. Bye bye.